and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3. Last time around, I don't actually remember what happened exactly. Yes, now I remember, we took on the Spanish. Took on the Spanish down here. And now we've lined up these two armies to hopefully bypass the French here. I'm not entirely sure know if that's a good idea, looking at the strategic situation right now. If it is the cause of the crashes is the fact this is fighting just this specific army, or in this region, as it seems, as I explained last time, I fought a little army led by Napoleon in this region. So I'm not entirely sure if it's a good idea to go through here. Instead, what I actually would need is to support this invasion up here, because after this looks like it's going to be a pretty heavy battle. It's over a full stack of Frenchmen, and yeah, it's going to be quite a heavy fight. And once I've actually taken the city, I need to hold it as well. And there's quite a lot of Frenchies all over the place. You know what? Since this, you know what? I think we'll completely scratch my plan of having my southern strategy, and now going for the straight through the center strategy. Yes. So I think the plan will be to relocate these two armies through the right through the center strategy. So we're not going to risk lots of crashes and stuff, and we're going to send these armies up through here and through here. Maybe you could march through there, actually. In which case we would actually end up roughly at the within the same time frame, end up at the said location. The thing would be then to send these two, because they would be closer, possibly to send them through, because they will be there within 3 turns instead of, as these will be within 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. But no, I think we'll send these. Since this, I mean, this is my main general, Karl von Mack. And Ferdinand von Österreich is pretty good. Even though, let's see, not this one, but this one, Karl von Österreich. It's a pretty good army as well. This guy looks so weird, like he's, or at least in the picture. There he looks okay, but in the picture he looks kind of like, I don't know, what, his hair is like spiky. So it looks strange, like he's some weird, and then his just the face, it looks strange. I can't really say why, but he looks like some kind of weirdo, drug addict. With that said, however, since I don't want to lose the momentum now when we actually attacked here, so even though there's a great possibility of the French counterattacking and throwing us back across the river, we're still gonna go ahead with the plan, because, well, I didn't put too much thought into it, and there we have it. So, yes, without further ado, let's go ahead and make a mistake. So there's about... We do get reinforcements by the Württembergers. 2 units of cavalry and 2 units of infantry. So in total, it looks like the French will be able. The French will be deploying. Oh, they intercepted me. Right, so I didn't actually attack the town. So the town will be reinforcing. So we'll face the small army first, and we'll have to think that the reinforcements will turn up on my right, should be, right? Or if they intercept, then the attack... No, the enemy army is of course the town army, so they will turn up on my left, because they intercept me like somewhere around here. So the reinforcement army will turn up on the left rather than the right. So that's always good to know. So we'll have an enemy army turning up on the left. And if I move quick enough, I should be able to smash this portion of the army before this one arrives. Looking at the numbers, we have about, with the Allied force, about 5,000 men. And the quick calculation here says that the French has about 5,000 men. So it's quite even though the French do have Old Guard. And they have Old Guard artillery as well. A few light infantry and voltigeurs. The main... yeah, they've got a lot of cuirassiers. That's going to be troublesome. The main point, of course, is we're hoping that we will be able to run the battle through without actually crashing. And with that said, let's go ahead and jump into battle, shall we? And here we are on the field of battle, so quickly going over my plan. Since I'm expecting the enemy reinforcement army to turn up on the left, I want to quickly just hold them down on this side of the field. So we got some impassable terrain and forests and stuff, so you should be able to hold them off here on this high hill. Maybe I should, you know what? The thing is, from this hill my cannons will be able to support my attack on the small army, but I might actually need the cannons over here to hold off the enemy coming over here. So that's what I'm actually gonna do. And I've put some of my strongest unit, the Grenadiers, and then these Bavarian Löwenstein Weterheim, which I think is sort of elite units, hopefully. And then I've put the heavy cavalry on this side, so more of the Bavarians, the Chevalier Regiment number 2, the König, the King, and then the 1st Horse Guards have been placed over here to defend my left flank from the possible wherever the incursion of the reinforcement army will come. And then we've got these armies, this army, which is light infantry, or not light infantry, normal infantry of different kinds, with light infantry on either flank that will be moving up, hopefully in rapid succession, to take on this army, outnumbering it and destroying it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this battle, shall we? Start marching up here. Take these guys on, hopefully rather quickly, being able to secure the town. And oh, look at that, we're getting some reinforcements. Here's the Württembergers, a Landwehr regiment, turning up to aid us. There should be another 3 regiments being sent in to aid us as well. And the enemy units turning up over here. So heavy cavalry is coming first. And we're gonna have to... You know what? My heavy cavalry is not really in a good position to be able to charge at the enemy cavalry, so we'll get them down here. We'll get these guys moving a bit more forwards. And then we'll put the Grenadiers at a slight angle. Should really be in the forest, but I also want to hold the high ground around the cannons. And then we can have the cavalry actually form into attack formation over here. Looks like the enemy is not going to go to attack my artillery position. Maybe if I actually order my cannons to fire on the cavalry, they will think twice about what they're doing. Here we go. Here's more Württembergers. So a lifeguard unit, lifeguard light horse, and then we have dragoons of the Crown Prince and a line infantry regiment. Right, so my hussars, my light cavalry, my lancers have been able to get into position. And we can see an enemy formation moving forwards of enemy conscripts. We've got some light infantry followed by hussars. We've got the general, some line infantry, and looks like the enemy heavy cavalry is charging, and they're going for my heavy cavalry, so we'll go ahead and counter charge. And I think it's time to hold the advance and form it into line. We're gonna have the cuirassiers swing in from the side. The Königs regiment is not gonna be able to hold those cuirassiers on their own. They've already lost a lot of men. We're gonna get hussars attacking the cuirassiers in the flank. I'm not entirely sure how well that will be going. If I'm able to at least sweep these guys aside. Ooh, the König, the Chevaliers, not doing well. They're about to break. I've sent the general over, and hopefully he'll be able to rally them to hold long enough. So that we're able to break the cuirassiers, but that was a costly fight, which cost me a lot of men taking on those French cuirassiers. And well, there's another one coming in.
Sir, and must rest a while.
So once, oh, even the, oh shit, they just charged in, and that is causing, you know what? We're not gonna let them fight to complete exhaustion. So I'm gonna try to get both units away, or we're gonna tell them to retreat. Ooh, shit. Not really good splitting my attention in two areas like this. We're gonna form this one into square on the edge to protect that side. The light infantry is being beset by French hussars. I don't think it's going to go too well for the hussars, and my light infantry is coming in to aid. I'm going to send the hussars for the enemy hussars, and then this light foot is going to be attacked by the lancers. There's a lot of French cavalry moving in between. So we suffered quite heavy casualties on the Chevaliers and my cuirassiers, but they're intact. And they're being able to retreat to kinda safety. I'm gonna move these guys because clearly they're not doing anything there, because the enemy decided they weren't gonna attack there at all. I was able to overrun the enemy light infantry on this side,
fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
also overrun the enemy hussars. We're continuing into the conscript unit here, but as you can see, the hussars, they don't like the current situation, so we're gonna pull back. The light unit on this side is in square and is being attacked by the enemy here. Right, my cavalry is back, but we're gonna place them in a defensive position on the hill. Gonna see about putting the grenadiers in the way of the enemy, and clearly I need to turn the cannons over to this side. At the same time, the main line fight seems to be going in my favor. As we can see, they're doing some they're trying their best sending the cavalry in, where it's basically just running back and forth getting shot. And also looks like the French are shooting their own men with artillery, or maybe it's my cannons actually bombarding this area. I could see some troops flying around there. You know what? My units are really exhausted, but we're gonna move our men at this point into column and move towards that region. The artillery will be moved, and then I want my cavalry to move out here because I've spotted 2 units of howitzers moving unprotected. And I'm pretty sure these guys will just continuously charge onto the square until they break themselves. So at this point, there's quite a lot going on in here. The French are in total disarray as the Württemberg Cavalry, the Crown Prince unit, is just screwing up their entire line. My light cavalry units... Oh, what's this? Allied General Stefan Jacobi has died on the front lines. Well, if the idiot captain decided to charge straight into it like that with his men, then that's to him. I like how we can see where they're going. So we can see the Landwehr regiment wants to go right here, and this one wants to attack something in the center. Seemingly the threat on this side is dealt with, and I think we can start telling our infantry units to move forwards. What I want to do is I want to move forwards here, and I want to claim this forest and support the Württemberg line infantry. My light cavalry will be moving into the flank here. It's cuirassiers and some chasseurs à cheval, so that's going to be difficult. Cannon. How far? There's no way that was my cannon shots though. They can't even reach close enough. You're gonna have to move roughly somewhere around there, I think. And then we'll move the general over to the lines. And now the cavalry would deal with those cannons. And then we have the grenadiers ready to come into the flank of this unit. And seemingly I'm doing pretty well at taking down this Voltigeur company. The Württembergers decide to constantly charge from behind my lines, which is not particularly good. The enemy is very tired, and I do have a chance of breaking the enemy cavalry by attacking them in their flank. Also, I think we want to gain even more ground here in the forest. And move these guys forward. This one's falling back, which alleviates the bulge in the line.
Our general is under attack.
What's this? Guard chasseurs. Ooh. Instead of dealing with them, we're gonna go for a complete encirclement of the army that is here, and hopefully destroy them in that way. Hussars, swing in and attack. The Lancers. There's a heavy fight. The Württembergers are falling back. The cuirassiers are being shot in the back by my light infantry as they're fighting my Uhlans. And the light horse is pulling back. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to send the cuirassiers off, which will cause a massive problem for the enemy. Right, my grenadiers.
Our men are running.
My German grenadiers are ready to open fire on this Voltigeur company. You know what? Not at all. Move in and prepare to bayonet attack them. Oh shit. What's this? Dragoon guards. Charge. We have no chance but to charge. Right. That did not go as planned, as the Uhlans have been has fallen back, and my hussars are in quite good trouble, and so is the light infantry, which needs support of the general. The grenadiers are in place.
The men of the fatigued, sir, and must rest.
And will charge and get rid of the Voltigeurs. My cavalry is obviously not doing too well over there. But with the Voltigeurs gone over there, this entire line can move up. And we can close in on destroying this. So just in the nick of time, the light infantry is able to break the cuirassiers and win that fight and not break my flank. Let's see, my cannons, they're kind of ready. I want to spread them out a little bit though. We can deploy this one. My cavalry is holding on a little bit, so that's okay. I can have the Löwenstein, or whatever they're called. We'll have them block the enemy's advance through the forest while the grenadiers try to go around the enemy army. Form into square, if you please. And hopefully at some point here, my cavalry will be coming back, rejoining the fight. So I want to tighten the noose and destroy the enemy as soon as possible. So they're really closing in here. And what we could do is I'm gonna inspire this unit. And then this unit is going to bayonet charge.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest awhile.
Should be enough to send that unit away. And looks like the French are kind of pulling back. Right, the Löwenstein needs to come into line, and I think the Grenadiers actually need to come into line here as well. With the enemy cavalry this close. And you know what? With them that close, I'm gonna form these units into square. These three will come forward. And will be hot on the trail of the French as they retreat towards the town. Hussars are back, but they're exhausted, and so are the Lancers. At least I'll order them to hold a position close to where the fight is. We have one Voltigeur company is holding as a rear guard for the French as they retreat in disarray towards the town. They've actually deployed a cannon within town. The enemy Dragoon Guards have been sent off, and these units can now drop square and move to take a position within the forest. To repel the, I think that's light infantry. Yes, light infantry, Voltigeur company, and conscript unit. Where is the old guard unit? Oh, the old guard is over here. Can we hit them with canister? Right, we need to turn these cannons around to deal some damage there. I do have 2 cavalry units. Not entirely sure if they will come back. But I have to worry about this situation right here. So the cannon slipped through. The cannon slipped through my my plan to encircle them. This unit's gonna get hit pretty badly if it holds this position. But with these guys opening fire, they sent these guys away. You know what? You're probably not needed here because of all the town and stuff, but you might very well be needed over here. So this cannon is not doing very well. We're gonna deploy it and try to redeploy to deal with the old guard. These guys formed within the forest should hopefully save them from quite a bit of trouble, or at least for a while the main part of the army is dealing with these guys. Okay, I want you to, as soon as possible, try to get the hell out of there. while this one readies to deploy. And fire canister this down towards these guys. So I want you to redeploy next to these guys. Hopefully that should work. So the enemy cavalry is charging towards the forest, and they're being now I am actually kind of being surrounded here. So I want to detach. We're gonna detach this guy, the light infantry, the Grenzers, to deal with the Voltigeur company. These two will advance forwards, hopefully get the cannon. These two will march over here. These two, not really needed here actually. Seeing as that we got a conscript unit, we'll charge through that. These 3 units will redeploy. I want you to column up, go to this region and redeploy over there. These 2 units will, let's go to column and march straight through there. We got a unit that is rallying, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But that should work just fine. Right, deploy and start spraying these guys with canister. Right, they're doing pretty good hits on them. And I think given just the angles and so forth, we'll be able to win this fight.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Right, we've got 1 unit over there, the 42nd. Move into line, ready to fight them, but it looks like most of these units are not coming back, and once this one's gone, we can rest assured that those guys are gone. We've got a little conscript unit over there, which just broke down, which means I can deploy these guys towards the Voltigeur company. You know what? Charge these guys, and then you will go in to get the cannon. You will no longer be needed on this side, so I'll redeploy you. And well, the enemy is retreating over here. We want to put pressure on them though, and I don't really have enough room, I think, to push them over here. So we'll have them just march after these guys, just in case. Keep going. We'll keep going after them. And then hopefully I can get these cannons. Need to make sure... Ooh, look what's going on there. One of my grenadier units has suffered very heavy casualties. Where's my general? No, you're to inspire this unit. It's a bit late now. So the French light units got amazingly good accuracy and are able to destroy most things that come in the path, which is kind of annoying. But given this, should be able to redeploy here, push forwards. Ooh.
Our men are running,
yes,
sir.
I was worried about that. That was probably a close-range canister shot. Yes, just as they came around the corner of the house. But I do have the other one ready to take these guys on. Time for you to deploy into line, and you to come in between there, and then you two into line there. And the canister over on this side has worked perfectly. And the old guard probably would have done better just charging them rather than standing there suffering massive casualties due to trying to fire at the cannons. This cannon will continuously harass these guys while this one will turn to fire at these. We're about to outflank. There's a light infantry unit. This grenade unit is actually way too
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest.
too low on troops to be sent out there. What do we think? 22 of my against 24 of theirs. If my guys get inspired. Maybe if I move these guys into square, shoot off a few of the enemy general. Then I inspire my own general. And we charge them. Well, we need to be at least the same amount, to have the same amount of troops as they. I'm gonna keep away from that guy. What are you doing? I think I need you over
Our
here.
men are running, sir.
Who's running? The cannon is running. It's being hit by these guys. Which at this point are shaken and very tired. It's a great target for the Uhlans. Or the Hussars actually, because the Hussars have better morale. Hopefully they're not firing on the square. What? My guys were unable to break the cannons. Oof, that was... Oh, look at that. That probably managed to get another canister shot off. And... God damn it. Well, they did have 100 men to man those bloody cannons. So I guess it's not that big of a deal. Right, what are you doing there? You need to go around here. Right, the Hussars to charge the conscripts. And the conscripts break before the fight even begins. Turn to shoot at the old guard. The Uhlans can turn up here, swing around, kill the enemy. Form into square, hopefully we'll be able to shoot the enemy general. This unit is getting hit in the side, not working too well. He'll move back. These guys right here is holding up so much of my army right now. Move forwards. And have the Uhlans charge in. The Hussars continue through. Tell the cannon to hold fire or switch to round shot. And then wait for an opportune target to fire. The Uhlans will march around. These two, I could actually need these right now. Bloody cannon, we have yet to deal with it yet. These guys, however, come on, get rid of them. Bloody Lightfoot, probably losing quite a lot of men here. But they are broken. And now these units can come in to the flank in full force. The Uhlans will go around, bypass. Can tell the artillery to fire at will. Pick targets over here. Looks like it's not going that great advancing on the enemy. Gonna hold right there. It's not going too great over here. I wonder if 111 well-trained grenadiers would be able to attack these guys in the flank, being inspired by the general, and hopefully
sending that unit away. Look at these guys. They're actually kind of breaking. We'll give the enemy a little bit of fire beforehand. And we'll do a slow but steady advance towards the enemy line. Once ready, we will inspire and charge. Right, give some close range fire here. Should be able to lower the numbers a bit. They are firing towards the forest, but the forest isn't even firing back. This one's about to rout. Once the forest is able to fire back, we can keep a constant pressure of fire on them. There we go, now we can see the morale is dropping. Go ahead and inspire. And then charge with the grenadiers. And then just for good measure, we'll boost the morale. They should be able to do that. Then you will charge from there and the Löwenstein will advance through the center. Oh shit. Did I send them that far forward? It turned the light infantry around and clearly they're no longer retreating. Right, the enemy is broken. We'll advance. The grenadiers suffered very few men. Or very few casualties, and they are still fighting in good order. We'll advance over here, and the militia regiment is fighting the cannon. I do have 2 regiments here to deal with them. How about we send you over there? The general has posted himself just in the side of the square so that the square is not able to fire at him. I guess it's clever of him. Tell the cannon to hold fire. The hussars need to get the hell out of there. And let's see if I cannot end this fight already. Right. What are we looking at here? It's a normal line infantry unit. Get the hussars out of there! Let's see if I'm able to just... Oh, the enemy cannon! Yes! Nice! It was dispersed. Good. Right, see if you guys can get rid of the enemy general. These 2 are coming through. And maybe I can just brute force my way through this. We do have 2 grenadiers there. Right, they're moving. We'll brute force our way straight through all of it. They're moving back. We'll catch them up with the hussars. These guys are about to break. Let's give them some cannon fire. Barrage them. Right, they're starting to fire on the light infantry. They will turn and open fire. The Löwenstein will hold here and open fire on these guys. And the grenadiers will continue through the center. Charge these guys down. And once again, we'll go ahead and inspire this unit. I'll have the hussar attack the bigger unit. Light infantry will join. And the grenadiers did it, but just barely, as they were about to break there. And the Hungarian grenadiers were able to break the enemy, and these guys are broken. The only thing that's remaining is that bloody artillery piece. Which I don't understand how we're not able to break that one yet. There's 41 out of 100 men left. They did they were able to inflict quite heavy casualty on us due to those really close range canister shots. You can see one lined up there, and then one on the other side of this building. Right, halt and open fire on them. There's no way these guys are gonna hold for that. And I was about to say there we have it, but no. Just in time for these idiots to come back. Cannon, you will go for that one. You will go for that one. Huzzahs. My alarms never came back. I mean, this guy is already so broken. Why don't you just halt? There's no... We're not going to send you into the fight anymore. What on earth? Right, just fire at this one then, because you're firing on your own. Right, it wasn't that bad because they're already breaking. Some good fire. The enemy will give way. And there we have it. Victory over these French dogs. Now forwards. Oh no, there's still a general. Right, and his 13 men bodyguard. Just come around the house and get shot down. It's time for you to give up. The battle has raged on long enough. I think we're shooting our own. Hold your fire. They're slowly just gonna parade in front of the square. And there's hundreds of people firing, and yet, so far, we've only been able to shoot 2 of them. Honestly, half this bloody unit has fired. Come on, then. All you need... There we go. Now we've got victory. Right, piss off. Bloody froggy. Victory. Heroic victory at that. Yeah, let's go on to the campaign map, shall we? And here we have the results. We lost 2,000 men, which is way too much. Given what the counterattack that is probably coming. However, we were able to smite the enemy force quite completely with killing off 4,200, leaving only 790 men remaining. Highest killers was the Hungarian Hussars, then the Grenzer Infantry actually, and the Grenadiers, the Croatian Light Infantry, 12-pounder gun, firing canister at the Old Guard. It's a shame I can't actually see what the enemy did. The Hungarian Hussars, however, as you can see, went from 0 pre-battle experience to, what is that, 7 chevrons. German Grenadiers went to 3. Hungarian to 1. 12-pounder battery to 1. The other 12-pounder battery went to 2. Wait, how did this one kill more, but he gained less? Huh. However, of course, we weren't actually able to take the town. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this little old cheaty trick. And boom! Right, this looks like an auto-resolve. And hopefully I won't lose too many men. 400? That's still quite a lot. But I guess given the fact that they deployed 2,000 men, it's not that bad. And yeah, to enable the resupply of these, we're gonna move the general over there. And nice, we get very good replenishment rate. And right, there's an army, a strong French army already on the way. Right, this is why I needed extra armies, and they're 4 turns away. I would be nice if I could force Württemberg to actually give military access to Prussia and Russia, so they would send these full stacks through here instead of going this way around. But there we have this episode. Since the battle has taken so long, we're not going to do a lot of analyzing afterwards, so I'll go ahead and say, as I always do, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!